I mean, I guess, an epilogue is that final exam where it's just like fill in one question and you're done. That's what it is.
True, true.
No stress, no pressure. Unless, you throw it in.
Mm-hmm.
But,
How could that happen?
I mean, how could that even happen? I certainly don't know.
Hmm.
But, uh, oh, Koilos Sky, how far you've come. What a creature. You know?
No, it has been a journey,
And
and I'm just glad that he was able to pull herself back up after after making such a humongous mistake.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that's brought us to this. So I guess without further ado, how would you like to start your epilogue?
As it kind of like pans in, it's Key saying like goodbye to her dad's as she
Mm-hmm.
rushes off with a goblet of wine, heading for Widow's home to try and find Claudia.
Gotcha. Then that is where we will pick up. With a goblet of wine in hand, you start rushing off towards Widow's home, and you would see Claudia kind of like making her way around, generally talking to people as they approach, just kind of looking at the party from afar. She has like a small bag of things. She would kind of note your approach.
Claudia, have you had a chance to drink this yet? It is divine.
I haven't, but uh, I'm good for right now. I'll be traveling soon.
Oh, really? Where to?
Wherever I feel like.
Let's. Well, that's good, but I must say, I thought we would have some more time together before um our paths split.
Hmm. There could always be a chance that something would come back around.
But I know we had talked about it before with Zay about finding a cure for you. Is that if you stay? I mean, we have all of these people here. I'm sure we could figure something out.
Why do I still need a cure, Key?
I I know that, you know, having to take another person's life is something that has always weighed heavy on you. I I didn't think you would want to have to do this if you had a choice.
Go ahead and make a spirit check for me.
3 successes.
3 successes. You would see Claudia's shoulders would slump a bit, and she would nod. And, like, she would look you in the eyes, and you would see that there is a bit of hesitancy and sadness there amongst the crimson red.
So, I, I don't.
You don't what?
Do you not want that anymore?
It's hard to know what to want.
Not. And I'll take Claudia's hand. But I know how you reacted when you saw yourself. The you that was old and aged. One that was. You were in so much shock, but you wanted that for yourself.
And she'll nod.
What's, what's changed?
The world, myself, so much. Do you think I should be cured?
I think that the price that you and others would pay would be. I don't think that's something that needs to be done.
If you think it's best, I'll stay for you.
Colin,
Mm-hmm.
before when I asked, how Claudia like viewed me, like was like kind of looking at me, you said it was like someone would look at like a pet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still the case here?
Make a spirit check.
5.
5. As you kind of try and take in this situation, you see that Claudia's eyes have softened. And in this moment, like, there is still a motherly protective instinct there. But it's like she is now putting you closer to her level.
Thank you. Thank you for saying.
I guess I should try the wine.
And I'll pass it to her.
And she'll drink it.
Um, and I guess I would, spend more of this party with her and try to talk to Zay about, process of making a cure.
Mm-hmm. And I think Zay would absolutely help, and with his knowledge of blood, if you helped him, Key, he could probably synthesize something fairly quickly.
Yeah, I would.
Gotcha. Then are you wanting to like stay here, kind of at Widowstone, for the few months it would take to synthesize a cure?
Yeah, with Claudia by my side. And I know I wanted to talk to other people. Would that still be possible?
It would be, yeah. Go ahead and
Okay, then yeah.
go for it.
Okay. Do that now or after this?
You can do that now.
Okay. Yeah, I I pulled up the list. I know I wanted to speak to Anahi.
Mm-hmm. You can certainly go and find her as she's about at the party.
So, what now?
Now, I think I'll travel around with friends, see the world, help Karania. I'm
That's
still
good.
a doctor by trade.
I'm glad that I'm glad that things have ended well here. And
Go
I don't
ahead.
suppose I don't suppose I can hear your story now. And she'll hold up her pinky.
I think you probably could then, sure. I was from a small village, orphaned, basically nothing. I had to fight for everything I had. And one day I grew, well, quite sick. And as I laid on my deathbed, the Corona came for me, helped me. She was leaving when my parents stopped her to say thank you. And I told her that I wanted to be like her. She came a few weeks later and helped to build up our village. And when I was old enough, I joined the church. Went around. Did a lot. I devoted everything to the church. I didn't realize that the foundation had crumbled from under me. It's hard to tell when something's too far gone. You just need the right perspective to see it, I suppose. I needed that perspective with myself after Bob scrambled my mind.
It's hard to see when things are too far gone when you're that close to it.
Yes. But
But
now I can help others.
yeah, and I know if I didn't have the mentality that things are never too far gone, you know, I'm just glad that I made the right choice that day when we had to say goodbye.
I'm glad you did too.
If you need anything, Anahi, please never hesitate to call on me, okay?
Never. And she smiles. Once a golden devil, always a golden devil.
Exactly. And yeah, and I'll it now Anahi in this form, is she still covered with glass?
There's glass places, yeah.
Okay, but would I still be able to give her a hug, avoiding those?
Yeah, and like as you would go in for a hug, you would watch as like there's this quick ripple of flame as Anahi would take on a more normal appearance. her old one.
And never stop being the radiant person that you are, Anahi.
I won't. And you embrace the changes that will be coming. I think that this world is going to open up for you like you've never expected.
And I'll make sure that every bit of it stays safe.
I'm sure. And he will give you one last hug.
I give that back. and then I would head out.
Gotcha. You head out. No, go ahead. It's your epilogue.
I was thinking Ishin and the Maiden next.
Sure. Then, as you begin walking around, are you approaching them kind of like night of the party, or a little ways after?
Probably a little ways after. I don't want to disrupt the celebration for them.
Gotcha. They won't pick up kind of after the party, as you would wander into the space that these two are now occupying, kind of holding hands with each other, just talking. As you kind of approach, kind of breaking the moment momentarily, the maiden would turn around and smile at you. Koilos, please come in.
Thank you. I'll head inside.
And you can see Ishin would also kind of give you a smile. We haven't properly met. Well, I don't think so, but thank you.
No,
Key.
no. I am just honored to have been able to bring you two together again.
Well, Key, I'm honored that you were here. That you helped, that you did so much for me and for so many others. And you can see Ishin would nod, kind of agreeing with the maiden. I would agree. You showed what redemption truly could be. What it is.
Do you think that everyone can be redeemed?
That's a hard question. I think at the end of the day, everyone can be redeemed. But I also know that not everyone will. Redemption, the working through your problems, obtaining Ishin, it requires a desire. It requires work. Even when I was a high god, I couldn't snap my fingers and make anyone redeemed. The Dark Star perverted it all. There is no one moment of redemption. Anyone trying to seek that moment, I had to help and try to make them see. That was a process. And on each step of that process, they had to want to walk down the road. I think everyone can. But it's about trying to get a person to the place where they can begin to walk. Many I've tried to help them walk down the road. I've convinced them to do it. But there are some who it might take more years than there are in this universe for them to change.
I just find it so hard to think why people would want to go down that path of destroying things, hurting others.
I mean, at the end of the day, Key, there are always going to be people that don't value the same things. They don't want what you want, won't feel what you feel. They get no displeasure from evil, and they get no pleasure from goodness. Their truth is distorted. And at that point, when the truth is not the truth, or something so different that it could hardly be called a truth, well, it's hard to help those people. But that's just the reality of life. That's what we all fought for, I think. So that we could make a choice. So everyone could choose to be good or evil or something in between every single day. So that our lives be our own. And that's part of the price, I guess.
And I think that's a price that it's worth paying, considering what the alternative would be.
As someone who speaks from experience, I would agree. I would rather see people grow and change. For people who were thought to be broken, to reassemble themselves again and again and again. Become a shining example of what this world could be. I think that you're almost done changing into that shining example of a new world, Key.
I don't know where, or what you two plan on doing for the future, but if there is any way that I can help you and try to help others accomplish what I have, please always call on me.
And the maiden will nod. Well, I mean, I don't think we have too many plans for the immediate future. But if we need anything, Key, we'll call.
Thank you. And I'll give the maiden a hug.
And she'll give you a big hug back.
And and then I probably would just stare at Ishin and
Ish won't go in for a hug.
there you go. I'd give her a hug too then.
She just, and like as she would walk over, like she would like hug you, and then there'd be like this moment where like she would almost begin walking away. And then she would stop. Oh, I'm sorry. Order operations, and she like releases you from her grasp. Bodies are very strange. You have to noodle with it all at once while keeping all of your thoughts within the flesh.
Yeah, it is quite the experience, I'd say.
I think the maiden would giggle a little bit. We're still getting her used to mortality, I guess. Maybe we could do a mortality class.
Ooh, I like that idea. If you have any questions, I guess nothing's too small when you're experiencing everything for the first time.
I thank you. I do have, I suppose, one final question before you go.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed these fingernails continue to grow. What's the normal mortal way of dealing with their growth? What is the expectation for it? What growth is abnormal? I realize that I've never paid as much attention. They were not in my purview as a high god.
Well, it the length really depends on what you fancy. I'd say anything longer than an inch might be a bit avant-garde, but that's something for you to decide. And personally, I do like painting them as well.
Oh, that's right. You make them colorful. Like she's just going to begin like looking at her nails with a bit of a furrowed brow.
Do you happen to have a favorite color?
You can see Ishin just kind of like cocks her head. Favorite color? And like as she's thinking, the maiden will kind of laugh a bit. It's strange. You don't see all the colors. Most mortals have a limited spectrum of vision.
Sound Well, that is unfortunate. It does sound like we're missing out.
I, I, well, I don't know if missing out is quite the right word. It's all different. Like how this all looks. It's just it's a very different view. But it's a beautiful one. And Ishin will kind of lean over and kiss the maiden.
I think you're gonna do just fine.
I think so. And the maiden will nod. Complete and utter confidence. Besides, she's wonderful. And this world is wonderful.
Well, I wish this happy couple everything good in this world.
And they'll nod and thank you again. Will you take your leave?
Yeah.
Okay. And as you wish Ishin the Maiden farewell, anybody else?
The Cavalier.
Gotcha. Then, as you begin to go forward, looking around, you would see, kind of in the distance, the telltale kind of like green jacket. Are you approaching it?
Mm-hmm.
Then, as you start getting closer, you would notice that you're actually not really getting any closer, as your footsteps are just kind of like keeping you in place, as over and over you just kind of like step, but like the form is kind of like glitching in a number of ways.
Looking around, what's happening?
Nothing from what you can see. Seems still pretty normal.
Interesting. And if I try to approach again, does the same thing happen?
Same thing happens.
Um, I'll try calling out to him.
Gotcha. I mean, you call out, but nothing really happens.
Is there anyone around
Yeah, it's.
right now?
I mean, well, it's later, so most of Widdowstone Keep has cleared out.
But I could make my way to somebody else?
Sure.
Just someone?
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, hey, this is a weird favor to ask, but would you be able to go and, talk to that person for me? Ask them to come here?
They kind of like turn and, you walk up to a hobgoblin. They're like, "Oh, what person you talking about there?"
The one in the green coat. I'll point to where they were.
The guy just kind of looks, then looks back to you and shrugs. "I'm sorry, miss. I don't see anything."
Okay, well, thank you, though. I appreciate you stopping for me.
And he'll nod and go on his way, and when you look back, the unknown 12th isn't there.
Oh, that is so peculiar. It's so peculiar. And if I tried walking to that area now, I can do so just fine.
Yeah. No
I
problems, no
guess.
issues.
Okay, that's concerning. Um. Is this real?
As you kind of begin to look around, it feels floaty. And as you just kind of look, all of a sudden, right next to you, Claudia appears.
Oh, jeez, Claudia, you spooked me.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to spook you.
Just something feels off.
Right. I'm sorry I couldn't risk you invoking the 12th. Be a little dangerous.
What do you mean? What do you mean dangerous and...
Dangerous for where you're at now. You're still cooking.
Claudia?
Hmm?
Seems you know more about what's going on. Can you please just be forthright with me?
I suppose I could, yes. I clocked pretty quickly that you were onto this cure idea. But I've been given a new perspective, Key. I see that I'm separate from who I was, and it's a problem the vampire have. Some of the lesser ones. They hold on to who they were so tightly. They can't see the gift that we've been given. But now that Radovan has opened my eyes, even in his death, I know now that I never want to go back. But I remember my days. Those days when I was like you, Key. Days when I felt so scared walking into this new reality, this new world. As a different type of creature. And so I decided that going forward with the vampire, I would give them the chance to experience their mortal lives. So they didn't miss anything. So they could leave behind and not feel like anything was lost. And she would put a gloved hand to your cheek, Key. Don't worry. You can keep going. Experiencing all of this. Take as long as you want. Go on all the adventures you wish.
Colin?
Mm-hmm.
Can I summon a sphere of nothing in front of my real body right now?
As you attempt to summon the sphere, nothing happens, and you can see Claudia just kind of, like, puts a hand on your shoulder. It's okay. It's alright. Once you're back up and running, it should be working again. But all these conflicting emotions will subside. I'm giving you enough of my blood to make sure of that. Right now.
I won't. Can't make me hurt people like this, Claudia.
May,
I don't want this for myself.
you just don't know what you're saying. It's all right. Besides, once enough of the pure blood is in you, I won't have to make you do anything, Key. And
No.
besides, you're already drained as it is. The hunger of a new vampire, especially a Dracul, is insatiable. I should know. Oh, I thought I was gonna lose my mind until you delivered those delectable hobgoblins to me. Very satiating.
No. No.
It's okay. We'll find a small little village somewhere. Probably, we'll call it the Dark Ring. They have so many little places. They're not my memories, they're other memories contained in the blood that were passed to me. I remember so much, but one of those, one where the people won't be missed, and you can drink until the beast within you quiets. Just for a moment.
Claudia. You say that part of you has been pushed away, set aside, and now you are seeing things for the truth. I know that part of you is not gone. Please. See what you were doing. Stop.
Koilos, I am, for the first time, truly understanding what I'm doing. As a vampire, we operate on a different spectrum of life. We require nutrients to survive, just like any other animal. But our lifespans, our power, our intelligence, our essence, it puts us apart. Sure, you can have your favorite pigs, but what am I doing right now? I'm eating a pork chop. But I'm also turning a lowly pig, incapable of lifting its eyes to the sky, incapable of getting out of the muck, into a beautiful princess. I'm bestowing this gift to you, Koilos Sky. My best friend.
I don't want this. That is a life built upon the blood of countless people. It is not worth it.
I've seen you eat steak before, Key, jerky, other meat. Don't worry. It's worth it. Especially when you get just the right flavor profile. You'll find your likes, your dislikes. I must say, once you're a Dracul, nothing beats a pint of crimson animus. Now, do I have to accelerate the process? Or can you live this life? I can make you forget this conversation, this interaction. Allow you to keep going on and on just as normal. And once you've lived a mortal life, your immortal one will have all these memories. You'll be able to keep them.
I'll... I think I just start to pray.
Who do you pray to?
Maybe it's... Sorry, I just need a moment.
You're good.
Maybe it's a little bit twisted that the person I would think of in this moment is someone who caused so much damage to me and to others, who forced me to commit such atrocious things. But when I needed somebody, and I needed help, Solona was there by my side. Fought with me for so many years. And I trusted her completely. Even to my own damnation. But now in this moment, she's all I can think of again. I know I can trust her now. I know things are okay. Please, Z, help me.
You think this prayer, as it spreads out in your space, but in this moment, you're already dead, Key. Already, the blood of the Vampire Queen begins to pump, activating an undead heart. As you cry out in this moment, you watch as Claudia fades. You watch as everything begins to fade. As all around you, Widowstone Keep becomes but a void. And before you in this void stands one individual. Yourself. Is there anything you say to Koilos Sky before the mortal version dies?
never forget. You did do a good job in the end.
And you can see your mirror self would nod. In this moment, you just hold on to that prayer. And you just hope, against all hope. I want you to roll a D100. You're looking for really like a 98, 99, 100. A off chance that something within you is strong enough, your connection to Zelona is strong enough. They're able to fight through the veils of the Umber Queen and get a message to her. A message that could help you.
It's a 66.
And in this moment, the prayer flickers out as you fall, Key, down into the blood, into the hunger, as you feel the will of the beast take hold. And it is here where we will end your epilogue. The first check I had you make was a spirit save. Because Claudia knew, once you started talking about a cure, things might go wrong. One of the powers of the vampire kind of prince or queen is they can stun you, essentially. Put you in a kind of like a trance. And as soon as that happened, and Claudia started worming through Key's mind, she just drained Key. Because at the end of the day, you were her best friend. And given this golden opportunity, she wanted you to be by her side. But the old Claudia was indeed gone. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I had to at least try.
You did. You gave it a good effort. And it doesn't mean that Claudia can never be saved. But she's out there now, meandering through the world. So,
I just feel so bad for Helmuth.
yeah. This will change Helmuth. Probably pretty dramatically. He lost a student to a vampire, nevertheless. To another leader of the vampires. I think it is a plot line that we will pick up in World Arc 2. How Helmuth has lost so many people. And while some have been returned, a longer lifespan also means no end to the losses. And while Helmuth von Graz has never lost a fight, he has lost the battle for his students' souls. And the God of Victory counts those as a loss.